Like, how fun. Why not wear a sailor hat? Why not?
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here.
Hey Sunshiners, Alexis Sunshine 83 here. Summer is upon us, and being so honest, I hate summer, even though my birthday is in summer, because it's hot and I thrive in fall and jackets, sweaters, cardigans. But this, actually I say this every single year, so that's kind of a lie, but especially this year, I am trying to embrace the like whimsical side within my wardrobe and how it pertains to like summer style. Again, I do say that every year that I'm like really gonna give it a go for summer fashion and wear cute clothes even though it's hot, and I end up hating most of my outfits because I just wear a t-shirt and shorts because it's too hot, or just the same tank top. Whereas this year, I do have to say, I have thrifted some really good pieces that I think work a little bit better with my climate. Lots of tank tops I've thrifted and a lot of layering pieces that are lightweight, like this poncho. And yeah, this video is just talking about summer fashion, trends that I've seen other people talk about, trends I'm seeing in stores, and trends and slash styles. Like, it's not even necessarily trends, but just styles that I like and I will be wearing this summertime to get me hyped up and somewhat excited for summer as much as I can. But I cannot lie, all I'm thinking about is Halloween and fall time. But I know that's no way to live, of just focusing on the future. I need to enjoy the present, and through that it's going to be with fashion. If you're a returning viewer, then some of these I may have talked about in previous videos, but it's just that I'm still liking them and I think it still makes sense to mention them in this. But I am gonna really try not to repeat myself too much. But the first summer trend that I have seen so many people talk about and style are jelly shoes and also jelly bags. Specifically this, like, I think it's called like a jelly firkin or a plastic firkin. Actually, a lot of people were talking about it last summer, but I just honestly didn't have too much of an opinion to mention it in any video. But this year specifically, I think it's gaining so much more rise, especially with the jelly shoe trend being popular for a while. Honestly, it probably came back in like 2021, and I think since then it's kind of steadily just been in the like trend cycle mainstream. But this year I feel like the creativity with jelly shoe styles has really expanded. Very perfect for summertime because you're not gonna be able to wear all of your favorite boots because it's gonna be too hot, and you still want to make a statement and have it be part of your personal style. The Gauchos are back, and fifth grader me is screaming right now because I am pretty sure I wore black Gauchos from Limited 2 every single day for the entirety of fifth grade. And you know what? I don't hate them. I don't think they make sense in my wardrobe and my style, but I have a friend that wore a pair when we went thrifting and I was like, oh yeah, like I totally see that. They looked so cute in her outfit, and I think just with her style as well. In the same breath, loose baggy capris. Last year we saw more fitted capris, whereas this year it's a lot looser, almost even like a yoga capri, like workout lounge bottom. I think that can be in the same conversation. And same thing with the Gauchos. I don't think they're for me, but I'm giving them a thumbs up. I recently had to go to the mall on a weekend, which I never do. If I have to go to the mall, like to go to Sephora, or for some reason, I go at like 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, but I had to go at like 11 a.m. on a Sunday, and it was so busy. I have talked in the past that mall culture is dead, and I do think that is still true. Like the way that malls were looked at and gone to when I was in like middle school is very different, and especially in Southern California, so many malls have closed. But for the malls that people are actually going to, they are really going to. And it was so interesting to see in like a really big crowd of people being at the mall what everyone was wearing, because of all ages, everyone was just wearing a tank top and jeans and like sandals and like wide leg jeans, skinny jeans, a t-shirt instead of a cami, maybe Vans instead of flip-flops. But like that was basically what every single person was wearing, and it was a really great like reality check when we see things of like, oh my gosh, this is outdated, nobody's wearing it, or what all the cool girls are wearing, like everyone's wearing this, why aren't you wearing it? In reality, again, I'm in Southern California, so it could have just been the mall that I went to on that particular Sunday afternoon. Nobody's wearing the trend. So I know I am talking about trends, but it is just a nice little like, take it with a grain of salt and wear whatever makes you happy, because in reality, nobody cares. Especially because I had to go pretty deep in the mall to get to Sephora because I had to buy something because I ran out and needed it that day. So I saw a lot of people, and I also then passed by a lot of the like trendy stores. So Cotton On, Urban Outfitters, PacSun, Tilly's, Brandy Melville, American Eagle, and the thing that I saw being sold the most at all of those stores were short denim shorts, and then also micro denim shorts. I know I just, you know, talked about trends that everyone's wearing, you know, whatever, but I then did also see people wearing shorter shorts than what we have seen. And I've also seen people talk about micro shorts being big, and seeing it in person, how many stores specifically in their front display had short denim shorts, I think does solidify that this is a summer trend. I think the online version of it is people wearing like jersey micro shorts or like knitted micro shorts. I didn't see that in any of the stores. Obviously there are like fast fashion brands, but I think mainstream wise of what people are actually going to be wearing with the type of silhouette of shorts, it's gonna be a lot of micro shorts. I think still the long denim shorts are still a thing. I know for myself, I have a really great collection of different silhouettes of denim shorts. So depending on the outfit or how I'm feeling that day, if I want a longer pair of shorts or a shorter pair of shorts, but then high rise, like I have actually probably almost every style of denim short, especially because this is actually one I bought. Yeah, I bought short denim shorts, not micro denim shorts. There's a level that is just like a little too short for me, but I think a low rise short denim short has a place in my wardrobe, and I'm really excited to style them this summer. A style that I've talked about in the past that I have been loving and wearing are, okay, I called them crochet beanies, but I've also seen people call them skull caps, disco caps, and then Juliet crochet caps. So all of the above I am really enjoying. I got mine off of ThreadUp, and it didn't have a brand name, and it just called it a beanie. I have worn that thing so much. A normal beanie for me just feels kind of suffocating, but this style, usually being crochet, it's a lot more open, a lot more breathable, making it wearable for summertime. Surprisingly, there are so many small businesses hand making them. There's also tutorials on how to make your own. Like, I think this is just one of the most fun trends because you can customize it so much. There's also different details you could add to your own, or again, buy from a small business. Something that I'm really loving for this summer are these like glass style necklaces. I've seen a couple of different ones from different small businesses. There's one in particular that if everything wasn't sold out, I would be running to buy it. I want one of their necklaces so bad. When I was with my friend that was wearing the Gauchos, she was also wearing a really similar necklace that she got when she was visiting family in Mexico, and she said that she'll get me one when she goes back. I just feel this type of necklace is unlike anything that I own. I think adding more flower necklaces into my jewelry collection, this is kind of the only version that I currently have. I do have one of those like flower chokers that were really, really trendy back in like 2021. And I think this type of like iteration of a flower necklace is a little bit more wearable than those, because that was more of a soft flower and a lot of times more of a choker. Whereas this one can still be a shorter necklace, but it just feels a little bit more natural and more whimsy. Whereas that one, I think, kind of lended itself into more of the clean girl style. Whereas this, I think, can work in more of my like early 2000s inspo style. I know saying flip-flops are a trend is silly. Like, of course, it's summertime. Flip-flops are a classic. But I do think they have been more of a trend as being actively styled as part of the outfit. Like, at least for living in Southern California, everyone wears sandals with everything and anything, but not for like a fashion reason. It's just like, especially men, oh my gosh, if it's raining, there's a man with cargo shorts and flip-flops walking through the rain. So I definitely have a different opinion on a very like plain flip-flop, but I do understand of it being used in a stylish way. Especially last year, the black Havaiana flip-flops were everywhere online, and I think they still are, but on top of those, colorful flip-flops. And I think that's actually more interesting because I don't think that's something, especially in my day-to-day, again, being in Southern California, I don't see colorful flip-flops. It really is just black or maybe brown flip-flops, like that's it. So the colorful ones actually kind of like have gotten my attention. And also platform flip-flops, I have been seeing loads online and in stores as well. That is just a sprained ankle waiting to happen for me. Another trend I saw at the mall with the short denim shorts are these baby doll camis, and I have been talking about having this be on my thrift wish list for such a long time, and I'm in love with it. I love all of the different iterations I've seen. Obviously, I still want to try and get it secondhand because it is very early 2000s, mid 2000s, even kind of late 2000s. But in seeing them in these stores, it did make me slightly excited to know that when this inevitably is considered outdated and ugly or whatever, it will be in thrift stores and at different consignment shops like Crossroads and Buffalo Exchange and 2nd Street. Of course, I don't want people to get rid of their clothing and to, you know, follow trend cycles in a way where something's considered not trendy anymore to not wear it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to take lemons and make it into lemonade. Something that I'm wanting for this summer are mini skirts. I do think it's also probably a trend because of the whole micro denim short thing, but I want mini skirts. The mini skirts I own are denim and then corduroy. I don't have any fun colors, fun patterns, and I want more. I'm not exactly sure what I'm wanting. Like the examples I'm gonna show, I don't even know if they're exactly what I want, but it's gonna be one of those things where when I see it, I will know. It's definitely gonna be something that I'm gonna have to try on because I'm wanting more of a mid to low rise. And with it being a mini skirt, like it really does have to fit you well so it stays in place. So I don't know if I will end up thrifting any, but this is on my wish list. I just have so many tops that I think would look really good with a mini skirt. They look good with my maxi skirts, but would really look good with a mini skirt. So I have my fingers crossed for this. This one isn't a trend, it's just something that I am liking, which is mixing and matching, specifically patterned swimsuits. I mainly own just like solid plain swimsuit bottoms, and so I will sometimes mix and match the tops that I'm wearing that are patterned or even different colors with different colors, but it's pretty like tame. I'm talking about like a polka dot bottom with then a striped top or a floral bikini top. I can't really show any examples on the body because the last time I showed a body in a bikini, I got a channel strike. So use your imagination with this. There is a small business I recently found that makes reversible bikinis. So you are kind of getting like a 2-in-1 where it has the same print on one side for the top and bottom, and then it has a different one on the other side. So one day you could wear the bottoms with one pattern and then wear the same pattern on the top, and then the next day flip it. That is so genius, and I think I am gonna buy a swimsuit from them, and that's gonna be kind of my like gateway into mixing and matching different pattern swimsuits because that just seems like so much fun. I really think pink hair is having a moment. Not saying that having pink hair is a new thing. I've had pink hair multiple times, but specifically right now and going into summer, I think we're gonna see more pink hair. It is, I think, the easiest semi-permanent hair color to have. It usually doesn't stain as bad as blue dye or green dye, and if you aren't wanting to commit fully to having a fashion color, it usually also washes out pretty quickly. I did buy some pink hair dye. I went back and forth about dyeing all of my hair pink or just doing highlights because I'm in such a good like healthy hair phase right now. But then I got a comment saying I should just dye some hair extensions. And so I can have pink hair whenever I want. And I have some old blonde clip-in hair extensions, so I'm gonna dye those. Pink highlighted hair coming soon. I've been seeing people say Missoni is gonna be a big trend for summer 2026. Not even necessarily like branded Missoni pieces, but inspired Missoni pattern, which I did not know who Missoni was in a thrift with me last year. Okay, I picked up a jacket. It was by Target. It was like when they like did a collab or whatever. So it wasn't even like specifically Missoni. But I said I didn't know who that was. And you all came for me in the comments. So now I know what Missoni is. And yeah, sure. Honestly, the pattern is fun. It's not something that I would actively buy. It kind of is very similar to chevron shape. Is this the gateway into chevron pattern fully coming back in style? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I mentioned in a video last summer that I was loving lace bralettes and was actively trying to find lace bralettes to buy. And at that time, like, there were some brands making lace bralettes, but not really. Whereas this year, I do think this is a trend for spring and summer 2026. And I did recently get a couple and I would love to add more colors. It's so comfortable. As a bra hater, they are so comfy. And then it just has like a cute little peekaboo of the lace and just a really great layering aspect for the heat especially. Sailor hats I do think are gonna be a trend for this summer. Probably 2 years ago is when I first started seeing different fashion people talk about sailor hats. Cup of Jordy, I think, even made her own sailor hat in 2024. And it's been very niche since then. Until recently, I have been seeing more mainstream fast fashion brands sell their own. The small business My Mom Made It recently came out with sailor hats, and I've seen so many different iterations of sailor hats, and it's not something for me that I think really makes sense with my style, but I'm loving it. Like, how fun. Why not wear a sailor hat? Why not? Something I really haven't seen be a big trend in a while are anklets. And last month I went to a Doc Marten pop-up where they partnered with an anklet charms brand. I think they make a bunch of different types of charms, but they had specifically anklets. I got one and so fun. Like, why haven't I been accessorizing my ankle? Like, that is the real question. And I just see this as being such an easy thing to implement into summer style, especially if you are wearing sandals and even really simple sandals. Adding a little anklet in there, yeah, ooh. Alrighty, those were all of the summer trends / styles I wanted to talk about today. Let me know in the comments what's one thing you're excited to wear this summer, whether I mentioned it or not. Like, I would have loved to mention ponchos, but I have mentioned them like all the time, and so I decided to leave them out. But just know, ponchos are definitely a summer 2026 thing for me and have been for a while. I did buy this secondhand, so that does segue into, if you like thrifty and secondhand fashion, then make sure to subscribe right down below and also follow me on Instagram, which is AlexSunshine83. I will see you all in the next video. Bye!